Peace, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Israel Doctrine's Google Hangout. I'm your host, Carl Albert, and you are welcome to enter the Hangout. The chat's open to anybody that wants to speak, but we're going to get into this public announcement, and I'm going to allow the computer to read, and I'm going to follow along and fill in the blanks.
Public service announcement. Israel Doctrine Entertainment, LLC is reloaded with 2 new series and omission in hip-hop. This is a public service announcement for the viewers and supporters of Israel Doctrine Entertainment, LLC, its founder Carl Albert Davis and all of its affiliates.
So, the statement has been made. I'm thinking of 2 new segments. One of them is this right here. I didn't forget what it is that quick, but a new segment. Afterwards, I check it and go over it and deal with it. But I think this is
Israel Doctrine Entertainment, LLC, a hip-hop-based entertainment company in association with its parent ministry is the True Israel of God, the Mixed Multitude. The church is now being reloaded in the form of 2 new groundbreaking series titled the 5K1 series and its supporting series Murder Doctrine.
This is the Murder Doctrine. Now that it is stated that I remember, it's the Murder Doctrine. We're going to be doing the Murder Doctrine at 7 o'clock, which is a good time to do whatever you do on YouTube. I haven't been doing nothing at 7, but I will be.
The inspiration for the creation of these 2 new series involve the investigative journalism and info activism of Carl Albert Davis after allegations of the sex trafficking of minors and the potential murder of victims was made by Ronald B. Stinger, Savage and Hassan, Poppy Campbell, against the godfather of hip-hop Afrika Bambaataa of the Universal Zulu Nation.
So, I write this down to keep my mind focused. So what it's saying is, I was inspired to create these 2 new series after years of being trolled and stalked and things on the internet. And these 2 new series was inspired by Ron Savage and her son Campbell, because they came out in 2016 when this all really truly took place in 2013. This is what hip hoppers that stand with survivors, whether it be Layla Wheels or Ron Savage, hip hop stands with survivors. Both of them, if you ask me, allegedly is tied in with Afrika Bambaataa and the Zulu Nation. But my legend. So we're going to keep going. Like I said, this is to keep my mind focused, because if I drop any strain or hair or whatever dealing with this, they change the narrative and start lying.
Many who watch Israel Doctrine Entertainment via its various YouTube channels may be aware of its founder Carl Albert Davis becoming a pivotal person in the rediscovering of Hassan, Poppy Campbell following a YouTube interview in 2017 about his claims and allegations of childhood molestation against Afrika Bambaataa and the cover-ups of the Universal Zulu Nation as it relates to child sex trafficking on the now wrongfully terminated Israel Doctrine Reloaded channel.
So as you see, I had another channel, 1 million views. It was a great channel and everything. They had to take that channel out because it was so powerful, and it kept a record of everything that was going. I'm going to try to get that channel back because Layla Wheels flagged it, and I don't know if it was the real Layla Wheels or not, because she did not use the proper email address to flag it. So we're going to talk to YouTube soon and see if we can get that back. Take a little conversation. Might even take going to court.
Following the rediscovery of Hassan Campbell's story by Israel Doctrine, Carl Albert Davis was able to discover a cover-up of a potential statutory rape of a minor by Afrika Bambaataa. The cover-up is where it was alleged that the victim, described as a light-skinned Puerto Rican, Spanish or Latino boy stab Afrika Bambaataa and his manager Ahmed Henderson following a statutory rape of the young teen back in 2013.
Statutory rape, because it was supposed to be a date rape. But a stabbing occurred.
Hassan Campbell, known to be a member of the Universal Zulu Nation and an employee of its security detail Zulu Warrior Security, alleges that at the time of the stabbing, he was given a photo of the young teen by Afrika Bambaataa, and him and other Zulu warriors given the order to kill the boy for Afrika Bambaataa.
So to show my authority, here goes the audio to prove that what's written is stated correct.
After Bam got out of the hospital, to figure out what really happened, and he gave me the picture of a light-skinned Puerto Rican little boy that looked just like me as a kid. And he gave me that picture because I was going to be the one who killed that boy for Afrika Bambaataa.
So as you can see, as written, he stated it. You heard the audio. That's to show my authority on what I'm talking about.
Israel Doctrine has faced much online slander and even has a strategic lawsuits against public participation placed on its founder Carl Albert Davis by Chicago-based journalist Layla Wills, creator of the documentary series Trapped in a Culture and later the first gay family of hip-hop.
So the gay first family of hip-hop. So this is LGBTQIA plus stuff. So LGBTQIA plus, if y'all want to get involved, get involved.
The strategic lawsuits and slandering online were done in the protection of Hassan Campbell and against Israel Doctrine for the creating of a movement online to find the whereabouts of the young teen who stabbed Afrika Bambaataa.
So as I stated, for 8 years, I've been followed around by their new associate, once my associate, Khalil Amani. Or as I like to call him, Shitty Blood.
The statutory rape of the young teen was first reported on April 2, 2013 by a story published online by Colorado-based writer Khalil Amani at the behest of the now-deceased founder of hip-hop's straight stumpkin magazine, DJ K-Slay.
Now, maybe y'all heard that in the documentary, maybe you didn't know that, but I'm one that pushes that narrative from day one that DJ K-Slay is the one that told Khalil Money to write the article. Though he told him 7 years prior to that Bambaataa was running around sexing boys.
DJ K-Slay is said to have been informed of the sexual assault of the teen and stabbing of Afrika Bambaataa and Ahmed Henderson following the incident, and then called Khalil Amani on the night of the incident and told him to publish an article titled Afrika Bambaataa, Gay and Date Raping.
So Zulus, y'all might not know, but it was DJ K-Slay that told Khalil Amani to write that article. So when you call DJ K-Slay and told him, tell your writer to stop doing this and doing that, he was the one that told him. So all for nothing, it's all good. K-Slay is dead now. There's nothing y'all can do to him. But I'm keeping it going.
Since the whereabouts of the young teen has not been presented to the public, many believe that the young man may have been murdered by Hassan Campbell or another Zulu warrior. Some people also question if the young man survived the attack the night it occurred and if Ronald Savage and Hassan Campbell was sent to cover up the murder by alleging he was given a photo of the young man to murder after the incident. In light of the life and times of Israel Doctrine Entertainment LLC, there is many purposes of bringing these two new series to the YouTube streets and to highlight the life and times of Israel Doctrine Entertainment's founder and CEO Carl Albert Davis. These two series will continue until justice is presented to the public as it relates to Hassan Campbell and his allegations of child murder against Afrika Bambaataa. Though each episode in both series will be about the events in hip-hop as a whole relating to hip-hop informants and hip-hop murders. Each episode will pry to the events surrounding Israel Doctrine and the Afrika Bambaataa allegations made by Ronald Savage, Hassan Campbell, Khalil Amani, Starr, and countless others.
Layla Wills, Marcy Hamilton, hip hoppers that stands with survivors. Like I said, whether they be a Ron Savage camp or Layla Wills camp, they all tied into the first gay family.
Another purpose of these two new series is to highlight the hip-hop influences of Israel Doctrine Entertainment LLC on the online community that we call the YouTube streets, while giving our viewing audience insight onto important topics that have plagued hip-hop since its inception, and that's murder and informants.
Murder and informants, because this has been grown from the streets. Drug dealing money went into hip-hop to clean it up. It's called laundromat work.
The main topic that will be highlighted in our new Murder Doctrine series involves discussing the numerous murders of many individuals who have participated in the hip-hop culture, some known and some not so known, and how those murders had a major impact on our culture, and hence the series titled Murder Doctrine. Since we are an entertainment company with a parent ministry via our church, Murder Doctrine will also be a series that highlights the false doctrines that are also plaguing our community and our youth, and hence, we here believe that Murder Doctrine is the way to address the many false narratives and teachings that exist in hip-hop and the world abroad.
So as you can see, as I said, I'm laying it out on paper because my thoughts have been very radical or non-engaging since I had a stroke.
Murder Doctrine Part 1 will begin with discussing Israel Doctrine Entertainment's most influential rap artist, none other than the late Tupac Shakur. To be clear, both of the series will involve information that is public knowledge and will not deal in slander of victims or any individual, but will ask questions that the audience can hear to draw their own understanding. When watching these series, the audience will always know what a fact is, what is a question we are posing, and when the views or opinions is reflective of the narrator and not to be construed to be the sole opinions of the church or Israel Doctrine Entertainment LLC unless otherwise expressed.
So as you can see, it will be laid out. I think I'm gonna do it on Mondays, Wednesdays and Wednesdays to start off. I'm gonna give myself that type of leeway to come up with the series and do what I have to do.
The mission is to bring justice in what we call the modern nation of Israel, and to those who the Bible calls the lost sheep who do participate in the hip-hop culture worldwide. The Murder Doctrine series and the 5K1 series is going to make the information active in the communities online and off from a vantage point that only the Israel Doctrine Entertainment LLC experience can, and with the intent to save our youth and to have a body of work that glorifies the body of Christ.
If it ain't for Christ, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. If you're not for Christ, you won't be around, you won't participate in it.
Next, the 5K1 series will be to highlight the many former confidential informants and some current 5K1 recipients who are influential in the hip-hop industry and the roles that informants have played to influence the culture and the generation. Some 5K1 episodes may cover non-hip-hop informants, i.e., the Italian mafia, but anytime the series veers into other informants, it will always bridge back to hip-hop.
Hip-hop. Here, Israel people have open prophecies.
For those who missed the first 5K1 series video, a 5K or 5K motion in the federal system is a motion filed under Section 5K1.1 of the United States Sentencing Guidelines, requesting a sentence below the guidelines based on substantial assistance by the defendant. In the federal system, one way to benefit from a cooperation agreement is through a motion under Section 5K1.1 of the United States Sentencing Guidelines.
We did that already. We did that the other night, so please go check the video out. Get informed.
The United States Code are laws approved by Congress and codified into law under the short-term USC 18 U.S. Code Section 3553, subsection E, limited authority to impose a sentence below a statutory minimum. Upon motion of the government, the court shall have the authority to impose a sentence below a level established by statute as a minimum sentence, so as to reflect a defendant's substantial assistance in the investigation or prosecution of another person who has committed an offense. Such sentence shall be imposed in accordance with the guidelines and policy statements issued by the Sentencing Commission pursuant to Section 994 of Title 28, United States Code.
So as you see, things are pretty much laid out. But like I said, if I went off my thoughts, then I'd be all over the place. Some shows may be off of my thoughts and my emotions. Most of them will be written.
The 5K1 series discuss topics like what the incentives on cash payments are when these recipients inform. It will also discuss some informants getting a government stipend for their school tuition fees, as well as other informants getting a clean credit history or previous crimes expunged. This public service announcement closes out with a few questions that complement our new Murder Doctrine series and its sister series, the 5K1 series. Is there a day coming where the 5K1 recipients or the Federal Witness Protection Program receives an overhaul? Will many 5K1 recipients who participated in hip-hop be charged with new crimes and the government held liable for the failures to police the corruption of certain proffer agreements? That's why you all need to stay tuned into this channel. Catch part 1 of Murder Doctrine. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification, become a member for exclusive content.
So we have a membership. It starts at $3, people. $3.10, something like that. You'll be able to catch past episodes after I air them the first time. If you missed them, they're going under the paid act. So we're over here, we're trying to get more business-wise, make money, allow the trolls and the stalkers that's been trolling and stalking for years now, 8 to be exact, to be expunged from our channel. I have it where their names cannot be mentioned in my channel, all that. I have calls, things to clear up over here. It's been a lot of things going on. I've been emotional in this back and forth with people. A lot of things, but it's all good. So with that said, quick question.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Is this not why you are here?
If you want to entertain this show, tune in to the next show.